Hi guys, my name is Damie, and today we are back with Doki Doki Literature Club. Alright, let's get to it. Ugh! I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? Freaking Monica. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Sometimes? Manga is one of those things where you can't really admit it. You can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know, anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that, Phil. Well, apparently me and her are OCD AF, so, shit happens. I get a closer look at the box that she's admiring. Parfait Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic, or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass on that door. I'm not judging. I'm not a judgy Judge Judy, unlike some people. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Damie. Consider this a lesson straight from the Literature Club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm going to show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. I don't want to read about girls and they parfait. God, it's like going to Starbucks. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly Mo. Don't just stand there. Oh, what? Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. Well, apparently I'm out of the closet, guys. Thanks, Natsuki. You pulled me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling for me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Yeah, we can. I sit there, you sit behind me, or scoot that one over a little bit, and there we go. We're reading together. Like pros. Yeah. Why's that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this. No, I really don't want to be close together with her. Them. But like you. Don't just say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Well, I already feel weird having to sit on the freaking floor with you. God. Natsuki crosses her arms and scoots an inch away from me. Yeah, because that's so far. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's particularly a bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. Instead of inches closer, wouldn't it just be inch closer because she only moved an inch? Haha, funny. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I finish the entire series. Hey, are you paying attention? Not really. I don't feel like reading a book about Starbucks girls, but okay. I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. Looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kinda grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. So, does this have a plot? What should I expect from this? Is there going to be a plot? Yeah. Is there going to be a plot? Is there? Well, obviously. You think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? Yeah, you're a freshman. I could see that. I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about the simple things. Like there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with a guy at the ice cream shop. But that just helps you get to know the characters. I really don't want to read this now. Thanks, you made me not want to read it. Freaking hate spoilers. God. And besides, it's still entertaining. I don't see how. I mean, really. But later on, there's all kinds of drama. Like when they get into all their backstories and when some of the romances start to happen. What about bromances? Huh? Do we get to see any bromances? That's what really makes it good. There are so many touching parts. Really? Are there? Ah, is that so? Sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hey, wait. What's that supposed to mean? That I underestimated you because you're young. Yeah. What? Natsuki gives me a little shove. I just meant that I haven't yet seen you at your full power? Good save. Yeah, this isn't her first form, or this isn't her final form. Ah, this chapter seems like it's about baking. This is just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga? Well, Natsuki pauses for a moment as if she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah. Why does it matter? It doesn't, I was just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right? So, I assume that you enjoy baking from this manga. That's just a coincidence. Well, what a coinky-dink. I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got this. Hell of a coincidence. Like I would ever get into anything because it's in a manga. I mean, if you say so. I feel bad for anybody that... anyone that impressionable. Yeah, I feel bad for you too. Poor kid. Definitely not a coincidence. Nope, no coinkydinks here. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking, and how, you know, for some reason my person couldn't just say that it's not a coincidence. Still, of all the hobbies to pick up from a manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Hate to see what some of the worst ones are. Not to mention, she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? Back up. Shoo. Get your face. Get your face. That away from me. Get it away. You're too close. Back up. We read on for a few more minutes. I finished a couple of chapters at this point. Dude, I'm like a super fast reader. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Ah. Sorry. You don't have any friends. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. What friends? See, is that your friend right there? Right there? Or right over there? They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face. Ugh, I know those kind of people. Honestly, it takes a whole lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated toward the other losers over time. Yeah, that's what I do best. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? Me being a loser, her having no friends, yeah, all that. I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am, reading it. Or skimming it. Not even looking at it, looking at you the whole time. But, you know, somehow reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Well, you got your first, friend, and you got someone to share your manga with, so it solves all your problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Didn't plan on it, no, not really. Yeah. I flipped the page. Suddenly, Natsuki starts laughing. I totally forgot that happens. Natsuki points her finger on one of the panels. Minori is my favorite character. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky. But it gets especially bad when... I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish this chapter. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone. But if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. And being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience, the thought makes me smile a little to myself. Okay, everyone. Are you all ready with today's poem? Oh, come on. Could your timing be any worse? No, her timing was impeccable. Saved me from a lot of stuff I didn't want to do. Sorry. I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there. Natsuki suddenly notices how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. 12 inches. Foot long. GG. Alright. Guess I'll stop here for now. I close the book and hand it towards Natsuki. You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens? Yeah, but... Monica just said... Don't be dumb. Just take it home with you. Yeah, why am I taking it home? I really don't want to read it. Is that really alright? I say that mostly because I really didn't plan on using my spare time to read this. Because I have better things to do, like play games, watch anime, sleep. Well, of course. It would take forever to finish if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. And if it gets bit, I'll kill you. You know, I know somebody who would say those exact words right there. By tomorrow? I only got partway through with the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this. But I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish? Alright then. I stand up. I return to where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. I mean, if by write you mean click, then yeah, totally. I wrote that poem well, good, and yeah, I clicked, and words went on the thing. Didn't know what I was doing, but yeah, my relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration, since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's one is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. Really contrasts how, different they are. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Oh, snazzy music. Who do I want to do first? I'll do her since, I mean, we were already spending time together, so. Oh, what did that say? I told Natsuki that I was interested in her poem yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first. Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Then what's the point in sharing in the first place? I mean, I kinda have a point. Why did I share it if you weren't gonna give me an opinion? I mean, for reals, fam. I wrote this when I could have been doing other things, like, you know, watching anime, or, you know, sleeping. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I wanted to help you feel more comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monica said. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, ha, well it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So in other words, you're saying you liked it? Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat. Yeah, you like it. They call me Poem Master 69 right here. You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that. You don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you actually never said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read but hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Wait, hold on. Oh, ooh, that was her. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feelings in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it's meant to be a pro. Yeah, pro. Sure. I'm glad you learned something. I learned that I really still don't like you, and you're not making it any better. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did ya? Nah. Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Let's do Yuri next. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes. More than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, sorry. Ooh, that message is Wow. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. Well, that didn't take you long. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Well, scratch out writing and put clicking random words to make a poem that makes probably no sense? Yeah. Yeah? Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. Ah, so it's that bad. No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes, and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from topic matter, and they fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness, fuck that word. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Wish I could quit stammering. God. Yuri, I could use a bit of your brain, please. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. I don't quite understand what you were saying there, but okay. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Can I not be a slow reader without somebody, bringing it up all the time? Well, I just don't read script very often. True. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all. Okay? Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, Perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Sayori! This is a good poem, Damie. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good? Am I the kind of guy who would be... Oh, okay. I understand. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing right here in front of you in the club room. Nah, I only came for the cakes. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See, it's like I said before, Damie. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees... I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motives here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yeah. Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Hehe. We'll see about that. Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sayori? This is just a guess, but... Did you wait until morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I mean, you technically can, but it doesn't work, you know? I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. Yeah. Just like you. I made eggs and toast. And didn't burn your house down? Or almost burn your house down? Wow, I'm surprised. Even though you were late to school? It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyways, thanks for showing me. Hehe. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. Well, there's only one person left. Why'd I have to pick? Hi, Damie. Having a good time so far? Yeah? Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. I still won't say anything, but yeah, I'll be too afraid to bring things up. I'm much more better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Davey. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like it, Davey. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. I wrote a cute poem. No. Oh, jeez, Louise. No. It kind of makes me think of something that Suki would write. The person I hate the most. My archenemy in this club. I'll have to dispose of her some way. Her. And she's a good writer, too. So take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. By any chance, have you read anything by Shel Silverstein? I don't even know who that is. Is that like even a real author? Poet? Person? Maybe a long time ago. He's famous for telling all kinds of stories in just a few simple words. His poems can be funny and endearing or even sad. And sometimes they're only a few lines long. They might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, they can express views of the world that would apply to anybody. I see. So you're saying that Natsuki is kind of like that, and saying that my first poem is kind of like that, therefore saying that there can be only one. Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably won't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. So I can see why it would be your kind of poem to explore. Well, thank you. That makes me feel all warm and fuzzy. Oh, you're so sweet. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find out the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you'd have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. It could have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he on the other side was looking in. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that. Because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem, or a story, or your brain gets too fixated on a specific point, if you try hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper, and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is, if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's what I'm doing here, just going with the flow. I'm like the ocean. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. She sounds like one of those radio personalities. There we go. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. If they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks? Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? There was symbolism behind it? Oopsie daisies, I may have missed a thing. It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. I thought it was about the feeling of going on after... Okay. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. I fear for the argument that is brewing now. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Damie did too. I just said that to be nice. Also, Sayori likes most stuff. Yeah. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Damie liked my poem too, you know. Oh no, why haven't I left yet? I'm going to be fooled. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Look, they're standing up, they're about to throw hands, I might wanna... exit. Leave. Maybe you're just jealous that Damie appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? I'm that full of myself that I should be leaving now because I don't want to be in the middle of this. No, if I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Shots fired? Why am I still here? Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I was the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Damie started showing up. I wasn't even paying attention. Why you got it? Why? I'm just gonna... Yeah. Progress. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you! Oh no. They're mad. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Damie, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. I'm starting to not want to be here. Well, I mean, that happened a while back, but you understand what I'm saying. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Damie. But wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey our complex feelings and meanings the most effectively. For one, this music really goes to what's happening, you know, building up suspense. For two, I don't understand why my person, me in this isn't smart enough to go. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Damie? I understand that I need to go. How did I get dragged into this in the first place? I didn't leave. It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course that's going to be the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be doing another one later today. Anyways, I hope y'all have a great day, and bye-bye!